Hey guys, good afternoon. I am Nina, the host of Nina's Virtue. It is a new year, it's 2026. I want to say Happy New Year to all of you who are standing strong, keeping the faith, and believing that God is going to do just what He said He would do. I am here today because usually every year at the beginning of the year, I start a fast, but something in me was, I guess, in a state of rebellion. I didn't want to fast. I didn't want to surrender the things that I was going through to God because I was just in the midst of pain, in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of allowing my worries to get the best of me. And I had a situation that came recently, and I was praying like relentlessly, and I was just like, you know what, God, you have the final say. God, you are the judge of all judges. Whatever I pray for, because I believe in you, I trust that it'll come to pass. And I prayed and I had a discussion with God, one that I haven't had in a while, and it was to acknowledge the fact that because God stands on His word, that He will do exactly what He said He would do. And because of that, He wasn't telling me that I owe Him, but I was in a posture of surrendering and recognizing that because God could do it for me, that I could surrender my flesh, that I could put my flesh to the side to give Him glory and give Him praise for the next 5 days. So this is the first day of my 5-day fast. I have relocated, and in the midst of relocating, it has been tough. It's going on, I think February will make a total of 6 months, but I have been without a job. I have been without some type of consistency, and the only thing that has been constant in my life is God and the love that He has shown me, the favor that He has shown me, the grace that He has shown me. And I fasted up until this time, but in the new year I just had a bit of, I guess, reluctancy. And so I'm here today to just share with you guys on the journey that sometimes we will go through things where our zeal for God may fade, our fire for Him may fade, but that is a human response. I don't want you to think that because that is fading, or you're fighting the feeling of running to Him on every opportunity, that something is wrong with you. You are having a human response to dealing with things of this world while trying to surrender yourself to His heaven, to His kingdom. And I'm here with you on that journey. So as I start this 5-day fast, I wanted to emphasize some things, talk about them, go through them with you, and I'll make a post every day for the 5 days, which will honor my I guess, me being a servant for the Lord, but also me surrendering and being vulnerable with you guys enough to show that because I am surrendering my plans to what He is asking me to do, that there will be something fruitful that comes of this. Not because I am desperately seeking Him to do something quick, but because I am trusting Him. The church that I was passing on my way here, they have a little screen that they put things on every now and then. And for this particular week, it says, prayers don't have an expiration date. And I am a true believer that just because it hasn't come to pass yet does not mean that God is not working, and that sometimes you have to embrace the fact that maybe you don't have the capacity to steward it well. That doesn't mean that you aren't worthy of what you are asking for. It just means that there's still some pruning, some work, and some growth that has to be achieved for you to receive that gift that you are praying for. So I have my Bible here today. I guess this is all unconventional for me, but bear with me. So I wanted to go ahead and highlight Exodus 3, 8, where God says, "And I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians, and to bring them from that land to a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the territory of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. So because the Israelites' cry for help has come to me, and I have also seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. Therefore go, I am sending you to Pharaoh so that you may lead my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." And listen, I am not Moses. I do not believe right now in my life that I am carrying the mantle of Moses. But I do believe that in me living a life surrendered to God, that there are times where I'm asking God, as Moses did in verse 11, who am I that I should go do this thing? Who am I that you believe that I have the capability to encourage people, to influence people, to change the lives of others, to call them closer to you? And I want to let you know that through any battle situation or question of your worthiness, God has seen your misery. This is a note that I wrote to myself in my Bible. God has seen your misery. He's heard your crying. Trust that He is concerned and working on an answer for you. Israel is waiting on you to accept your assignment. If I could be completely honest, when I was in the end of my high school career going into college, I was so vibrant and fun on social media. And in that time, I was doing it in a way that was so freeing to me, but I was also in the mix of sin. And I wasn't able to give such a sound doctrine to what living a life with Jesus looked like. And I went through some trials and tribulations that definitely changed me and forced me to choose, which way did I want to walk while I was here on earth. And as I surrendered my life to God and I started giving up things that I thought made up who I was able to see that certain connections weren't as strong, certain desires or passions weren't really me. They weren't my calling. They were just a comfort zone that I allowed myself to sit in because I was ignoring who God was calling me to be. In this fast, I prayed to God last night and I was just like, look, if this content thing is something that you want me to do, I need you to equip me. Because, like, I even have a friend that's really good at content and stuff. And I was like, me and her do like a questionnaire thing. And I did a questionnaire with her one night and I just asked her, I was like, what is one thing that you see me doing that you think I could be better at? And I mean, nobody wants to hurt your friend's feelings, but her answer was, your editing. Like, it could be better. And a few years ago, I would have taken offense to that. I would have let the enemy's way of using offense bridge a gap into my friend's honesty and correction that she was offering me to be better. And I say all this to say, there's something that you are called to do that you're stopping yourself from doing simply because you believe that you are not good enough. But we all are doing things and we don't know what we're doing. We are all doing things and we don't feel like we have the knowledge. But when you surrender it at God's feet and you ask Him, hey, I feel like this is something that you asked me to do, and I need you to give me X, Y, and Z, or I need you to open the door for me to network and meet this person and find a mentor, or I need you to open the door for me to have the courage and the confidence. God will start collaborating with you to build upon the thing that He's asked you to do. But there has to be a posture of surrender and humility. Nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to be bad at anything. But we are humans and we are flawed. There is nothing that you are absolutely perfect at. And so I guess I'm saying all of that to say, I don't know if this is a vlog. I don't know if this is a motivational thing. I don't know what this is. I just know that in my instruction of trusting what I am supposed to do on this fast, I've been sharing on my podcast that I was going to start a new hobby. The new hobby was ice skating. And so I get up and I've been creating content for the ice skating. I've been posting it on my Instagram and posting it on my TikTok. And I'm not the best at the editing, but baby, I'm just posting it because through trial and error, I am learning the things that I do like about editing and the things that I don't like. And I'm also finding a way to think, hey, if I had a team, would I have enough trust to give them tasks and believe that they could do it to the best of their ability to get my message across? I feel like sometimes we are so stuck on being a one-man band, a one-man show, that we don't understand there's so many people out there that are willing to pour into our passions, to pour into our gifts because they see the light that God has already shined on us. So in me doing the content for the ice skating, I was like, oh, I'm okay, God, like, I praise and worship this morning. I did my big one. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna journal and then I'm gonna take a nap because I actually got to ice skating like way earlier than expected. That's neither here nor there though. But in that, I was like, I just kept hearing something that was like, no, you're gonna go home and you're gonna post a video about this fast and what this fast means to you. And I was just like, I don't know, like I haven't written out key points. I don't understand how I'm exactly gonna get my point across. And then it kept going like, no, you're gonna take the time today to record this thing because after I do these things that you're asking me for, after you come out of this fast, you're gonna see where you started and how you end. And there's truth in that. There's testimony in that. There's vulnerability in that, and most importantly, there's trust in feeling the urge in your spirit to do something that's out of your comfort zone and believing that because God put it on your heart that He's going to connect the dots for you, even if you don't see it right now. So here I am posting the video, and I have some things that I want, like, so to do all of that and then to drive up on the corner before getting to my house and the kiosk or the banner, I don't know what it's called, says prayers don't have expiration dates. It's like instantly I've been praying to God about becoming a wife. I've been praying to God about becoming a mother. I've prayed to God about possibly giving me a job that grants me salary and insurance, because in Him asking me to change my life and move to a whole new state, I left my career behind, a career that I wasn't necessarily happy in, but it kept a roof over my head, it kept clothes on my back, and it honored the day-to-day of me telling people who I was because I had a career. And through this experience of not having my career, I've had to lay that life down and lay that identity down and realize who I am, whose I am, and who I actually am rooted in is in Christ. The label of who I am isn't, oh, I'm a teacher, oh, I'm a musician, oh, I'm a podcast host. No, I am God's child first. And because I am God's child, He has opened all these doors for me to become other things and steward His messages proficiently enough for other people to feel compelled to move, you know? The things that you are called to do, they won't be comfortable. They won't be freeing at first, but there is an excitement in doing something new for the first time that honors who God has called you to be, that honors your submission to Him and the calling on your life. I hope that with this video, of course, I'm getting comfortable with being behind the camera, because if you have seen my podcast, you know that it's audio only. But I also believe that because God is peace, because He is strong, because He's a provider, because He's a healer, because He's abundant, because He is opportunity, following Him is an open door for new opportunity in your life, that He can also provide me all of those things, that He can anchor me in all of those things, and that He can heal whatever's been broken in me that doesn't believe that I am worthy of those things. In this fast, though, I am trusting Him to bring certain things to pass, and things are about to shift quickly, energy that I am so desperately needing from Him. I'm also finding joy in recognizing that God is speaking to me and He's calling me. He's not calling me because He's upset with me. He's not calling me because He's disappointed in me. He's calling me because He's yearning for a relationship with me. He's asking for me to grow deeper with Him in a direction that feels uncertain to me, but is in a way Him ushering out His safety and letting me know that this is available to you. Anything you are asking me for, I have right here, as long as you are willing to release your need to control the end result. So I don't know if I said everything I needed to say. I hope you guys like my green couch. This is like very new for me, but we're trying it out and we're believing that He's a good father. You know, the song God, I'm Just Grateful for You, it's like, who am I that you keep me on your mind? It's a beautiful thing to know that we're constantly thought about, so loved, so cared for, and that He intercedes on our behalf, that He goes before us and makes a way for us. I'm very grateful to God, and I'm grateful that He urged me and encouraged me to share this and to do this today so that I can be a voice and be more available to whatever He's calling me to do at whatever moment it is. I pray that this does something for you, that it ministers to you as it has ministered to me, and that it encourages you to keep going, to keep choosing Him first, to seek His kingdom and know that everything else will be added to you simply because you believe. I'm doing dry fast. I'm doing a dry fast for 3 days, and then on the last 2 days, I'm gonna drink water because I'm gonna be going to work. I have a part-time job right now. I'm not really happy about it, but to God be the glory that there is an opportunity out there that is putting money in my pocket. But more than anything, because God is my source, even if I didn't have the job, He would make a way out of no way for me, and I'm trusting Him for that. So I pray that you guys find peace and acknowledge the ease that He's administered to you today so you can keep going and keep believing. Love you lots. Bye, Virtuous Gems.